Independence Day Resurgence. It's the sequel to the 1996 film Independence Day, and has Bill Pullman returning as the former president of the United States, and Jeff Goldblum returning as David, the smart, tech-savvy guy. There's also Brent Spiner, who returns as the scientist. There's also Vivica A. Fox, who returns as Will Smith's wife. Will Smith's not in this movie. Also, the kid, the African kid from the first film, he's all grown up. Also, President Wilmore's daughter is all grown up in this movie, so you got that. If you saw my Independence Day review, you know I love the original movie. And going in, this movie had like a 54% Rotten Tomatoes. Right now it has like a 35%. There's two opinions. One is if you turn off your brain, you'll like this movie. The other one's like, this is just terrible regardless. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll find some enjoyment. And I did find some enjoyment in this movie, I'm not going to lie. The visuals are top-notch. I saw this in IMAX 3D. It is a visual marvel. So I would recommend watching this in IMAX 3D if you choose to watch this. It's interesting to see the new tech that Earth has developed. To see the integration of alien technology and Earth technology. So you got these like fighter pilots with lasers and everything. That was cool. See a moon base. Apparently there's a Mars base and a Jupiter base. That's cool. So you have the explosions. You have the visual marvel. What about the characters though? The characters are very one-dimensional. The original Independence Day are archetypes. I mean, as much as they are archetypes, you are invested in them because they're done so well and they're performed really well. The problem is that these characters and the performances are so stilted and like so paint by the numbers. Even worse than paint by the numbers. I wasn't that invested. I was invested enough because the story, you know, went along and I went with the ride, but it's nothing like the original. Jeff Goldblum in this movie is fine. With that being said, his character does nothing new. And apparently this little romance now he has with this reporter person who is another throwaway, and then there's this whole scene in Africa that you literally could have cut out, especially certain characters like this warlord guy. You could have cut him out. Bill Pullman as the former president is extremely wasted, and I mean so wasted. What he does in this movie is just purely because the script tells him to do it. There is nothing that drives his actions unless you insert it, you know, through your own logic. Liam Hemsworth's characters and the guy who plays Will Smith's son, they're fine. Their scenes were interesting. Okay. Oh, this is just an action movie, a spectacle movie, with not that many, you know, great moments of levity. This movie is also a little bit too serious, I think. There's not many points of levity. If you see the original movie, Will Smith is the focal point of comedy. And they try with this guy who I think is in White House Down as like one of the tour guides, and he just comes off as annoying. Brent Spiner as the Doctor is fine, but he does his over-the-top character again, which I was like, yeah. This movie is fun. That's all I can say, but like it lacks the heart, the charm of the original. The plot is almost beat by beat like the original. Like if you trace it, it's the same thing in some cases, especially the middle and the end. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's just like, come on. Can you be a little bit more original? I mean, it would have been great if something along the lines of there's an alien invasion on the ground level, and or maybe the okay, this might be a minor spoiler, but maybe the humans had an actual shot. You know, the stalemate. That would have been cool, but this is beat by beats like the original, and it's just like, it's fine. Again, it's fine. Like, I'm not expecting much, but still. The other thing that doesn't work, again, is you have these, like, subplots. There's, like, 5, 6 subplots. The original had 5 to 6 subplots also, but they came together in a very cohesive, organic fashion. In this script, they just come in, and it's so jumbled, and it's so forced, and it's just like, The original, again, as I said before, the original cast literally couldn't... If you took the original cast out, that would be fine. Replace it with generic characters. I wouldn't care any less. So, I enjoyed this movie. I'm not going to lie. But in comparison to the original Independence Day, and also anticipating this as a sequel, and the fact that it had 20 years, this is a disappointment. It's well shot, visual effects are great. I am going to barely give this a pass because I enjoyed it. I'll give this movie a 6 out of 10. It's not as bad as people like to make it. Like, I think the schmoes said that it was, like, the worst movie of the year. It's not the worst movie of the year by far. There's Batman vs. Superman was a worst movie. At least this movie kind of knew what it was, in the sense that it knew it was just a schlock fest, but it didn't even succeed in doing that as well as I would have liked it. But still, if you just want to go watch a movie and turn your brain off, sure, do that. So, I guess I am satisfied with this movie because I did get what I want. I just didn't get the follow-up to the sequel as... I just didn't get the great follow-up to the sequel that I've been waiting. So, Independence Day Resurgence, have you seen it? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next review.